Trust is the backbone of any marriage. Without it, love rots, and what's left is manipulation, betrayal, and cruelty. For 12 years, I thought I had a partner I could trust in my wife, Amanda. She was smart, charming, and she knew how to make everyone around her adore her. To outsiders, we looked perfect, but the cracks inside our marriage were darker than anyone could imagine. I began noticing Amanda's behavior change a year before everything came crashing down. She was more secretive, protective of her phone, often working late or disappearing with excuses that didn't quite add up. I suspected cheating, but I had no proof, just a gut feeling. I tried confronting her, but she laughed, called me paranoid, and said I needed to get help. Then came the night that proved just how far she was willing to go. We were at home, having dinner like any other evening. She poured me a glass of wine, smiling too sweetly, almost rehearsed. But as I raised the glass, I noticed the tiniest white residue swirling at the bottom. My stomach turned cold. I didn't drink it. Instead, I excused myself, went to the bathroom, and carefully poured it out. That's when the thought hit me. What if she was trying to drug me? I didn't confront her immediately. I needed to know. So, I planned. Over the next week, I bought a small test kit and some cameras for the kitchen and dining room, and then I waited. Sure enough, only a few days later, I caught her on camera slipping crushed pills into my drink. But instead of stopping her right there, I set my revenge into motion. The following night, I let her do it again. She poured the wine, dropped the powder in while she thought I wasn't looking, and slid it toward me. But this time, when she stepped out of the room to grab her phone, I swapped glasses. She came back, beaming, encouraging me to drink. I only pretended to sip mine. But she downed the glass without hesitation, completely unaware. Within minutes, her face changed. Her eyes widened, panic setting in as the effects hit her. I leaned forward, calm as ever, and asked, "How does it taste?" Her face went pale. She realized instantly what had happened. She tried to speak, but the fear in her eyes gave her away. She knew I knew. I didn't let it escalate dangerously. I had switched her stash with harmless sleeping tablets I had bought earlier. Enough to scare her, not enough to harm. Within an hour, she was groggy, slurring, and passed out on the couch. That's when I gathered my evidence. The video of her spiking the drink, the residue in the glasses, and even the bottle of pills she had hidden. The next morning, when she woke up disoriented, I was sitting across from her with everything laid out on the table. I didn't yell, I didn't rage. I simply asked, "How long have you been planning this, Amanda? Was this about the affair or about the money?" Her face crumbled. She confessed everything. She'd been cheating with a coworker for months. Worse, she admitted they wanted to run off together, but she needed me out of the way to get full access to our joint savings and life insurance. She thought if she could drug me, maybe she could stage something, maybe even push me into a situation. That made her the sole beneficiary, but she underestimated me. Within 2 weeks, my lawyer had all the evidence. Divorce proceedings began immediately, and because of the severity of her actions, the judge sided heavily in my favor. She lost the house, most of her assets, and her reputation. The video evidence also meant the police were involved. Tampering with someone's drink is no small crime. Her lover? He disappeared the moment she was exposed, leaving her alone to face the fallout. She went from smugly planning a future with him to living in a small apartment, working long hours just to scrape by, her reputation destroyed. And me? I walked, away clean with my freedom, my safety, and the satisfaction of knowing her own poison turned against her. The image of her face when she realized she had drunk her own trap, that fear, that regret, that was my revenge.